Eric Harris was an incredibly bright kid and charming as well. He was very funny, very good with girls, and a pretty popular kid. But the biggest, most important thing about Eric Harris was his ego. He had incredibly high self-esteem, and he thought of himself as way above everyone else. And everyone else was inferior to the point where it just infuriated him. And his website is full of hate, 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 I hate this, I hate that, all these examples, page after page of I hate, hate, hate. But really what was going on there was contempt. He thought everyone was inferior to him, and to the point where he wanted to show us, he wanted to make us pay for his inferiority because he was an incredibly superior being. Well, Eric Harris was a classic psychopath, meaning that he had no conscience, he had no ability to empathize with other people. Other people were like an ant. To him, Columbine was like stepping on an anthill and just crushing the ants. No pain, it made no difference. He could do it as easily as sneezing and blowing his nose. Dylan was exactly the opposite. Dylan was a classic depressive kid. He really wanted to do the right thing, and he talks in his journal constantly about the struggle between good and evil. And so he was a depressive who hated himself more than anyone, and that's really why it happened, because Eric had too big of an ego, massively large, and Dylan had such a pathetically small ego and sense of himself. So if Dr. Ockberg says from looking at the Finnish killer that he was more like the Eric Harris type, I can definitely see that. And to a lot of people, they do see Eric and Dylan as cult heroes, and some people who showed the world, who made an impact. And Dylan, or Eric says in his journal, I want to leave a lasting impression on the world. And I think some kids who do have low self-esteem, or for whatever reason they're frustrated and enraged, and they see these guys as success stories. I hate to say that, but in their